And she has been working with the DEA and the IRS to prosecute a huge internet pill mill. And this is an organization that, according to the charges, doled out these drugs from here to Atlanta to New York to Puerto Rico to Michigan. It's called United States versus Hazelwood. And in that case, we have used the continuing criminal enterprise statute, it's a drug kingpin statute, to charge the lead defendant, and also charged 3 doctors and 2 pharmacists who had to use their professional status and lent their assistance to make this scheme work. You know, so blatant was this particular drug organization, according to the charges, that undercover agents were able to get large amounts of these controlled substances by submitting medical records, in one case that clearly appeared to be for a dog, talking about having an injured rear leg and heartworms. And then they get this, all these pills come. And in another case, getting these pills for somebody whose medical records showed that they were pregnant, which is bad enough, but if you read the medical records, they're the medical records of a man. It's true. No problem. You send the money, you get the drugs. These are the kinds of large-scale drug trafficking organizations and cases that can and do make an impact. Next, in the area of gun violence, we fight gun violence as well, but we try to do it in a way that assists the community as a whole. Now, earlier this year, 3 people in my office, Linda Barr, Kelly Calvin, and Dave Tupfer, they're all people that came to us from the state. They came to me and they noticed that they didn't like what they were seeing in terms of violence in Youngstown, Ohio. They wanted to make a difference. And what they were seeing bothered me too. You don't need to be a crime expert when you're the U.S. attorney. When they come to you and tell you that the new federal courthouse has been shot up last night, to know that there might be a gun problem in a particular community. And they devised a program working with local law enforcement, with the ATF, who was wonderful, with the FBI, the DEA, and the marshals, called Project VGRIP. And it has really made a difference out there this summer. Number of guns seized, just in this program, 156. It's 156 people who illegally are possessing firearms that can't use them to shoot people, to threaten people, and to kill people. Number of arrests, more than 600. Homicide has gone down in Youngstown area this summer. And again, anecdotal evidence, word got out in the street now about this program, and literally people are asking the law enforcement officers as they're arresting us, you know, you guys are V-gripping us tonight. And our efforts to fight gun crime expand beyond Youngstown into other areas. And let me tell you about another person in our office who's tried to bring this kind of innovation to crime fighting, and his name is Craig Tame. Craig was in retirement after a long career dealing with the causes and effects of violent crime, both in the county and the city here. And we lured him out of retirement, and I assure you I didn't lure him out of retirement with the big salary. We lured him out of retirement by giving him a unique chance to take decades of lessons learned and to try new things. And his efforts on the violent crime front have resulted in 2 important organizations. One of them is called STANCE. This is a DOJ-funded pilot initiative where we have a comprehensive approach to fighting violent crime here in Cleveland. We have prevention, we have enforcement, and then we have the reentry component. That is, 7,000 people a year reenter Cuyahoga County from prison. 7,000. If we cannot drive the recidivism rate down, that is a backbreaking number. The other is the Northern Ohio Violent Crime Consortium. That's a regional effort that we also funded with DOJ money to start and now sustains itself. It's an effort that involves all 8 of the largest police departments in Northern Ohio. The chiefs get together. They talk about what works and what doesn't work. They're trying to gear up intelligence-driven and data-driven policing so that as they get their budgets cut by what's going on in our communities, they know where to spend every last overtime dollar. Every last police car can be tasked to the place where it matters the most. And then last again, public corruption. Now, I am not personally part of the public corruption case. I'm recused by the Deputy Attorney General. And most of you know all about Tony Bacon and Ann Rowland and the team of dedicated public servants who are handling that case in our office. Luckily, there's somebody else who's not working on the case besides me, and that's Justin Roberts, who came to our office after a career as a federal prosecutor in Las Vegas and at a large law firm. And I say, Luckily, because Justin has been advancing our efforts to fight corruption outside of the county case. Just this year, you probably wouldn't have noticed this, he has prosecuted a sitting judge on corruption in Mahoning County, an official of the Cleveland Municipal School District who was on the take, as well as prosecuting corrupt activity in the Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District. And our office has also made a huge difference in Stark County by prosecuting an individual named Vince Versace. This is a guy who was trusted to run the checkbook in this county, and he was using it like his own ATM in Stark County to the tune of $3 million. $3 million he walked out of there literally in cardboard boxes with over the years. That is a tremendous amount for a place like Stark County. And Justin is doing more than just prosecuting. He is also going to be leading an effort to do outreach on corruption, to talk to the business community about how you can stop corruption before it happens, how you educate people in your workforce, what compliance programs you need to have in your workforce so that you don't end up having to deal with the likes of us. That's just an overview of the state of this district and some, very few, of the people and the impact programs that your United States Attorney's Office is engaged in. And I am sorry if I just can't stop it talking a little bit about these dedicated public servants. There are so many more. They work tirelessly to enforce the law. And I would like to tell you, I would like to say that these are my people, but they're not. They're your people. Actually, of the people I talked about today, I didn't hire a single one of them. And I want their selfless dedication to our community and to excellence to inspire you as well. It should. I want their service to inspire you to consider service. And given some of the recent events and given some fundamental distrust in government, I want to end by imploring the most talented among the people in our community to consider public service. I am a native Clevelander, and I know that there are many, many, many more good people here than bad. There are many talented people here as well. But this incredibly great resource, this silent brain power, cannot sit idly by any longer and be content to sit in the third row in the box seats and complain about the game that is playing out in front of them on the field. That's the easy way. I submit to you, as uncomfortable as it may be to say, that it is not the responsible way to deal with a crisis in competence. It's time for everybody to get on the field themselves. It's time to roll up your sleeves. It's time to get involved, to vote, yes, to vote, but more than to vote, to serve and to make a sacrifice and to take the risk of serving. Of course, there is a risk of failure. It's real. But it is certainly nothing compared to the risk of not trying, which is certain. And in the end, and more to the point, it isn't really about the risk, is it? Because I think we all agree that our community is worth it. Thank you.